Hello, welcome, especially welcome if it's your first time. Lovely to be here with you. Yeah, and to know that feeling of physical connection with the ones that I've been with in person recently, and to feel the heart connection as well with all of you here. So I believe that yesterday is the day that was known, or is known as Blue Monday in this country. The most depressing day of the year, apparently. So I guess, all of the festive season is over, whether you were celebrating Christmas or Hanukkah or solstice or Yule or all of the many festivals of light at this time of year. That's all over. Most people got paid early in December and get paid late in January. The days are still dark and short here in the Northern Hemisphere. Obviously, it's very different in the Southern Hemisphere. And so the assumption is that this is the most depressing time of the year. So my mission tonight, today, wherever you are, is to share some joy as a rebellious act. So I hope you're able to join me, to meet me in that joyful space, and maybe we'll make a little journey and get there bit by bit. So even if you're not feeling joyful in this moment, I hope you're a little bit closer to it by the end. So I'm going to begin by sharing with you the Sufi invocation of Hazrat Inayat Khan, which I like to use to open these spaces. It helps me to connect to my guides and teachers, and maybe you can use it to connect with yours, or if it's not your practice, then just allow yourself to connect with whatever your practice is. To feel that lineage of love, those teachings lovingly shared generation after generation, and culminating in this moment, right here, right now, where we are together. Towards the one, the perfection of love, harmony and beauty, the only being, united with all the illuminated souls who form the embodiment of the Master, the Spirit of guidance. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. We begin in the name of the only being who is all mercy, all compassion, all love. So I began with a chant to Shiva, Om Namah Shivaya. Not for any particular reason, really, other than that it suddenly came into my head and I love it. And so I thought, okay, I'll sing that now. For me, this is part of the key to finding joy, is noticing when there's something present that I love and embracing that. Follow the love. So, for no particular reason, let's sing it a couple more times. Om Namah Shivaya. And feel free to harmonize with me if you like doing that. Om Namah Shivaya. So I'm going to share some words of Shiva, which are translated from Sanskrit in a book called the Radiance Sutras by Lorin, Roche. And these are pathways that Shiva offers to Shakti. And she knows it already, but he's using it as a teaching tool to explain how to be more alive, more in tune, more fully present. You who have been seeking, whatever path you are on, a moment will come when divine pulsation grabs you and carries you into its dance. In the midst of ecstatic motion, your body dissolves into light, leaving only the softly glowing benediction of the bones. You become the face of fury, yet serene within. Eyes fly open in amazement, seeing the unseen vastness. Or you become a tongue tasting upward into the nectar of eternity. The soul reveals itself to itself through movement. Energy-infused undulations and gestures of hand, foot, spine, face, and form. The invisible loves the visible. You who have been seeking, whatever path you are on, a moment will come when divine pulsation grabs you and carries you into its dance. In the midst of ecstatic motion, your body dissolves into light, leaving only the softly glowing benediction of the bones. You become the face of fury, yet serene within. Eyes fly open in amazement, seeing the unseen vastness. Or you become a tongue tasting upward into the nectar of eternity. The soul reveals itself to itself through movement. Energy-infused undulations and gestures of hand, foot, spine, face, and form. The invisible loves the visible. I'm laughing at myself because I come to this place, sitting here with you, grasping at a few threads, and I don't realise until the moment how those threads are woven together. So when I started to sing Shiva, I hadn't really thought that I'd already thought to read that. And then I hadn't really thought that I was also thinking about singing this next one, and maybe we'll move our bodies in an ecstatic bit of dance, which can be as I guide you, or can be more free if you let the invisible guide you. So this dance is based on the words of Ruth St. Denis, sometimes called the grandmother of the dance of universal peace. She was a prophetess, mystic, pioneer of contemporary dance, using the embodiment, expressing spirit through form. And actually I have some of her words here which I'd like to read you, which go like this. This is called Dance Luminous. She wrote poetry. My whole body has become filled with light. I pour forth my spirit into joy. I sing, I dance. I am arrayed in white, for my suffering and fears have departed from me. I dance the eternal ecstasy of being. My whole body has become filled with light. I pour forth my spirit into joy. I sing, I dance. I am arrayed in white, for my suffering and fears have departed from me. I dance the eternal ecstasy of being. So this dance slightly adapts those words. We say, I sing, I dance, the eternal ecstasy of being. Why not say that with me? I sing, I dance, the eternal ecstasy of being. And then I pour forth my spirit into joy. Let's say that together. I pour forth my spirit into joy. My sufferings and fears have departed. My sufferings and fears have departed. My body is filled with light. My body is filled with light. And we're going to practice that last line a little faster, because it goes like this. My sufferings and fears have departed. My body is filled with light. My sufferings and fears have departed. My body is filled with light. My sufferings and fears have departed. My body is filled with light. I'm going to sing from the beginning. I sing, I dance, the eternal ecstasy of being. I sing, I dance, the eternal ecstasy of being. I pour forth my spirit into joy. I pour forth my spirit into joy. My sufferings and fears have departed. My body is filled with light. My sufferings and fears have departed. My body is filled with light. My sufferings and fears have departed. My body is filled with light. My sufferings and fears have departed. My body is filled with light because I sing, I dance, the eternal ecstasy of being. I sing, I dance, the eternal ecstasy of being. I pour forth my spirit into joy. I pour forth my spirit into joy. fears have departed. My body is filled with light. My suffering and fears have departed. My body is filled with light. My suffering and fears have departed. My body is filled with light. My suffering and fears have departed. My body is filled with light. So I'm going to stand up and show you some movements, and you're very welcome to join me, or indeed to just stay seated or doing whatever works for you. But I invite you in those words of Shiva to find the movement, the dance of ecstatic motion, the soul revealing itself to itself through movement. So the invitation is to be tall and strong and straight, and put our chest slightly open like this. And there's a purpose to doing these things. Even if you're seated and, resting, you will notice, even if you just open your chest like this, you feel different. Can you feel that happening? Then you can try to do the opposite and see how that feels. And then again try opening outwards. So we're dancing with Ruth St. Denis here, who was a beautiful dancer. So her poise, her upright position, this open chest, and we're following the right hand, walking to the right, and then we're going to walk to the left. So I sing, I dance, the eternal ecstasy of being. Then the other way. I sing, I dance, the eternal ecstasy of being. And then we take our hands from the heart and we go forwards. I pour forth my spirit into joy. I pour forth my spirit into joy, bathing in the joy. I pour forth my spirit into joy. And then all of these movements, especially now when we're just dancing on our own in our rooms, you can feel free to modify them and be free. Feel what brings your body joy and ecstasy and life. But something like, my suffering and fears have departed. My body is filled with light. My sufferings and fears have departed. My body is filled with light. My sufferings and fears have departed. My body is filled with light. My sufferings and fears have departed. My body is filled with light. So off we go to the right. Feeling free to do your own expansive gesture. I sing, I dance, the eternal ecstasy of being. I sing, I dance, the eternal ecstasy of being. I pour forth my spirit into joy. And take a moment in this very upright position to allow your breath to come deep and rich and full. Breathing deep into the bottom of your lungs and releasing it, letting go, allowing the breath to cleanse and release what no longer serves. My suffering and fears are departing. My body is filled with light. I'm just going to go back to those words of Shiva because I'm so enjoying that coincidence, not coincidence, of the similarity of the words. Divine pulsation grabs you and carries you into its dance. In the midst of ecstatic motion, your body dissolves in light, leaving only the softly glowing benediction of the bones. So I don't wish to underestimate the challenges that are facing us at this time. Many and various challenges for all of us, all over the planet. What I know is, for myself, that when I can access this light and joy, everything is easier to bear. And that when I can't do much about the state of the world, what I can do is bring that quality of who I am to whoever I meet. So that's my work, is to keep connecting, remembering the feeling, being conscious when something brings me joy and I feel love for something, grounding that feeling in my body so that I can call on it, I can recall it, I can bring it back and use it. Bring it with me. So for many years I have known that Sufis follow the path of love, and that there's a sense that whatever we love leads us to the divine. Our act of loving is a divine act, and following that love opens the doors, leads us where we need to go. Only more recently have I discovered that same path in the work of Papa Ram Das, the Hindu mystic in India. in the last century. He achieved enlightenment by repeating the phrase Sri Ram, Jai Jai Ram. And at his ashram still, that mantra is repeated 24 hours a day, every day of the year. I was lucky enough to go there last year with my husband, Salik. And 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. it's chanted by alternating groups of men and women. And then overnight they put on the recording of Papa Ram Dass singing it. And it's there in the dining hall, the recording of Papa Ram Dass chanting it. It's there in the cow shed, they're playing it to the cows. It's so beautiful. And what Papa Ram Dass says is that, he found enlightenment through following the sweetness of the name which called him. This is what he says. So far as chanting of Ram Nam as sadhana is concerned, the joy is felt from the very start of it when bhakti is there, bhakti, devotion or love. When you sing God's name with all love and devotion, then joy rises in your heart in floods. Just as the moment you put a lozenge in your mouth, you taste its sweetness, so also with the name. When you place the name that you feel is sweet, you taste the joy and the sweetness of that name. And Ram Dass was very clear, Papa Ram Dass, that Ram was just the name that was sweet for him, and that we must each find the name that is sweet for us and repeat that one. But he said, "Oh love, there is nothing greater than thee. Love is truth. Love is God. Love is all. The name of this love is Ram." We could say one name of this love is Ram. So to repeat this name is to realize this supreme love, is to enjoy everlasting bliss. Believe always that by whatever name you remember the only being, you are in close communion with the reality who is universal spirit, the inner controller and master of the worlds. The mother is he, the master is she, your supreme beloved. So let's repeat together. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. I'm just feeling through the melody to hear if there's any other bits. Then there's Hari Om, Hari Ram, Hari Ram, Hari Ram, Hari Ram. I think that's it. Oh yes, one more thing. So the really important teaching from Papa Ram Dass is that everyone we meet, every situation we arrive at, every place we go, it's all the face of Ram. So when we sing to Ram, we're singing to the only one, the only being who's hidden behind every single face. And guess who's singing? Ram is singing as well. There's a lovely story about Samuel Lewis, the father of the Dancers of Universal Peace, who spent a couple of months at the Anand Ashram with Papa Ram Dass and Mother Krishna Bai. And he said at a certain point he realized that he had become one with Papa Ram Dass and he didn't need to be there anymore. So he went to see Papa Ram Dass and he said, "Yeah, it's time for me to go." And Papa Ram Dass said, "Yes, but who goes and who stays?" Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Ram 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 Hare Ram, Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Ram 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 Hare Ram, Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Ram Ram, Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Ram Ram, Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Ram 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 Hare Ram, Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Ram 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 Hare Ram, Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Ram Ram, Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Ram Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Ram 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 Hare Ram. Oh, excuse me, might be going to sneeze. So I'm going to get up and dance again because I just feel like dancing a lot today. And again, feel free to join me in whatever way brings you the greatest joy and sweetness. If you're dancing with me, we're going to be stepping forward with the right foot and back with the left foot. And if you can see that. So, Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Ram 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 Hare Ram, Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Ram 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 Hare Ram. And then when the melody changes, we change the movements and we begin first of all to step back, and we can release, let go of what no longer is serving us, and then step in and again fill up with more joy, more love, more unity. So Sri Ram, sorry, let me get that right, 4 steps back. Sri Ram Jai Ram, turning to the right, Jai Jai, and then you get to do this lovely little hop with the melody. Ram Ram Ram, Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Ram, ram, ram. Let's do it together. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Ram, Ram, Hare Ram. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Ram, 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 Hare Ram. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Hare Ram. I'm going to get something I forgot. I wanted to show you that picture of Papa Ramdas. Look at that smile. And if you go ever to Anand Ashram, there are great big life-size photos of him around the place, and also of Mother Krishnabai and Swami Satchidananda. It's not because people are worshipping them. It's just because it's so inspiring to feel their love and their joy, to see their smiling faces. And I don't know whether it's mirror neurons or what it is, but somehow being faced with those smiling faces, it's really hard not to smile. And before Murshid Sam went to Anand Ashram, he asked his friend who knew Papa Ramdas well, Paul Reps, he said, what did he think that Papa Ramdas had for him? What would he receive from there? And Paul Reps said, love and laughter. Love and laughter. It's really such a very beautiful practice to greet, at least in our own hearts, everyone we meet as Ram. Looking at your faces on the screen here. Hello, Ram. And some of you might know the bowl of sake, which is words of Hazrat Inayat Khan. In the version that I have, it's commentary from Murshid Samuel Lewis. There are different versions which have commentary from Inayat Khan himself. You can receive it as an email in your inbox if you sign up to that, or you can buy a book with it in, or you can just look it up online. But there's one for each day of the year. And when I looked up the one for January the 20th, okay, it's yesterday, but this one really spoke to me. Again, Blue Monday, you know, the sad day. This is what Inayat Khan says. To treat every human being as a shrine of God is to fulfill all religion. To treat every human being as a shrine of God is to fulfill all religion. We could go further and say to treat all beings as shrines of God is to fulfill all religion. And the commentary from Samuel Lewis says, religion being the tie, that's the ligio, the tie, between the devotee and God, if such a one does not actually see God everywhere, he or she has not come to the fulfillment of love. This is not a philosophy, it is a reality. It is seen and known. God everywhere. God may be respected by treating our human kin as brothers and sisters in the divine parenthood. This is one step and is called morals. But there is a higher step, which is to see God alone as the very life under all names and forms. This may be called knowledge, and it may be called love. If one has not this feeling, it will grow automatically by practice of fikr and darood. So those are two forms of Sufi practice. Fikr is the silent repetition of the zikr, of the sacred phrase. And darood, it's a prayer. For Samuel Lewis, it usually meant repeating the phrase toward the one, really reflecting on that. So I'm going to read that last little piece again. There is a higher step, which is to see God alone as the very life under all names and forms. I mean, this is advanced. This is what my teacher calls Sufism for grown-ups. We have to be able to see God behind all names and forms. Yeah. Some it's easy to do, some not so much. to see God alone as the very life under all names and forms. This may be called knowledge, and it may be called love. So let's do a little bit of practice. We'll start by saying, toward the one, 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 toward the one. And we'll gradually take it into the silence, placing it in the swing of the breath, so that just in the rhythm, natural rhythm of your own breath, you're breathing in toward the one and you're breathing out toward the one, stretching the phrase to fill your breath, whatever that feels like. And we can let the breath guide us outwards towards the one. Everywhere we look, the face of God, and inward toward the one. Everywhere we look inside, the face of God. And if your mind wanders, just keep coming back to the breath, toward the one. Breathing in toward the one, breathing out toward the one. Toward the one. Remember, this is great protection. If you feel you need it, call on that. Just come back to it with your breath. Any moment. Remembering what it signifies. Practicing seeing God as the life and the being behind every name and form. We're going to sing one of those names of unity, Allah, Allah. La ilaha illallah. There is only this one form behind all the forms. It's another way of saying it. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, La ilaha illallah. And then we have two of the beautiful names of the Beloved, which are all names of love. And these two might be described as the sun and the moon of love, Ya Rahman and Ya Rahim. So this melody is inspired by a traditional melody from Galilee in the Holy Land. So I really offer this as a prayer for peace in that troubled region, that we hope that the ceasefire which has begun can last, that peace can come and repair to this damaged place. We invite all of the radiant and enfolding love of the Holy Being to hold that place just as it holds our own hearts, our own troubled hearts, where peace begins. So let's move our hearts in a crescent from left to right, and then in a crescent from right to left, and then in a crescent from left to right, and then we're going to drop into that heart space. That's the movement for the first part. Rahman, Ya Rahim, and let's just stay seated to do this, but we can be radiating all of this love, this sun of love, to wherever it's needed in the outside world and the world beyond. Ya Rahman, and then Ya Rahim, we can be directing that love to our inner hearts to heal and calm and soothe all of those troubled places within us. So let's just practice that with the melody. Ya Rahman. there's only one being, many faces, but only one being. And all of those names and forms and faces of the one are deserving of mercy and compassion. Let's repeat together 11 times. Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, mercy and compassion. And just allowing names and forms to arise in our awareness and blessing whoever it might be with mercy and compassion, with the sun and moon of love. Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, 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 Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim. And let's place those into the swing of the breath again. So we're going to breathe out Rahman, radiating love, mercy and compassion in every direction. And breathing in Rahim, taking this divine love deeply into our beings to heal and nourish every part of us. So that we can again radiate love on the out-breath. And releasing the words, just continuing to breathe with this awareness of how the breath bathes us with the essence of love, harmony and beauty, mercy and compassion. Drawing the essence of love in on the breath, radiating it on the out-breath. These are called practices because we practice them together like this so that when we're out in the world and we meet a difficult situation, we meet some tension or somebody's distress or anger, we have this practice in our being and we can just click into breathing in love, nourishing our own hearts with it and radiating it as we breathe out. Don't need to say anything, don't need to do anything else. We can bring peace through our very being in that way. So I'm going to close with another practice, another chant, another dance. One of the great practices which in the wonderful book, The Physicians of the Heart, this pair of beautiful names is called a remedy or a healing balm for the complaining self. So whenever we notice ourselves getting into that, because we all do, oh, this isn't right, that isn't right. What a transformational practice it is to click into gratitude, to awareness of what we have, what we've received, what we're receiving every moment. This breath, a gift, the gift of life, nothing more important than that. And while we're alive, while we're breathing, our job is to spread and radiate that love, mercy, harmony and beauty. So these words in Arabic, Ya Shakur, gratitude, Ya Hamid, praise, Ya Shakur, let's say it together, Ya Shakur. Feel how that sound leads the gratitude to the deepest places, Ya Shakur, and Ya Hamid, the praise, Ya Hamid. That sound which shows us that it's found in every place in the universe. If you open and look inside, it's already there. The Hamid, the Rahim, the praise, the love, it's already there in our hearts, in the very atoms that make up our bodies. Praise and gratitude. Ya Shakur, Ya Hamid, Ya Shakur, Ya Hamid. And then there's I've chosen to put these words of Arabic as a kind of prayer for peace into a beautiful Jewish chant. So we have also one word in Hebrew, Dayenu, Dayenu. I'll say it again slowly. Dayenu. Say it with me. Dayenu. So this comes from a very long chant in Hebrew which lists all of the amazing gifts that the Holy One has provided us with. And after every one, there's this response, Dayenu. That would have been enough. If that had been the only one, it would have been enough. Dayenu. But that's not all, We were given all the things. So we can use the Shakur and the Hamid to connect with what we're feeling our gratitude for, and the Dayenu for celebrating. Each one of these gifts would have been enough. But look at what we've received. So this is how the chant goes. Ya Shakur, Ya Hamid, Ya Shakur, Ya Hamid, Ya Shakur. Ya Shakur, Ya Hamid, Ya Shakur, Ya Hamid, Ya Shakur, Ya Hamid, Dayenu. Dai, Dayenu, Dai, Dayenu, Dai, Dayenu, 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 Dai, Dayenu, Dai, Dayenu, Dai, Dayenu, Dayenu, Dayenu. So it might get quite joyful. I invite you to join me with that. So standing or seated, offering the gratitude and taking the praise, taking our awareness back into our hearts from where praise is always happening. Ya Shakur, Ya Hamid, Ya Shakur, Ya Hamid, Ya Shakur, Ya Hamid. I'm going to modify this because I feel like today you're a sitting down group. But we can still stamp our feet a little bit on the ground. Dayenu. Just feel that ground of being that says, it would have been enough. It's good to embody that. Let's try that together. Ya Shakur, Ya Hamid, Ya Shakur, Ya Hamid, Ya Shakur, Ya Hamid, Dayenu. And then we get to clap. Dai, Dayenu, Dai, Dayenu, Dai, Dayenu, 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 Dai, Dayenu, Dai, Dayenu, Dai, Dayenu, Dayenu, Dayenu. And you never know, you might feel inspired to leap up and move around in celebration, in gratitude, in praise, and in recognition that it would have been enough. Ya Shakur, Ya Hamid, Ya Shakur, Ya Hamid, Ya Shakur, Ya Hamid, Dayenu. Ya Shakur, Ya Hamid, Ya Shakur, Ya Hamid, Ya Shakur, Ya Hamid, Dayenu. Clapping. Dai, Dayenu, Dai, Dayenu, Dai, Dayenu, 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 Dai, Dayenu, Dai, Dayenu, Dai, Dayenu, Dayenu, Dayenu. Ya Shakur, Ya Hamid, Ya Shakur, Ya Hamid, Ya Shakur, Ya Amen, amen. And friends, I do urge you in these challenging times to come back to the practices that bring you sweetness and joy, the practices that you taste as sweet, the ones that remind you of how you can feel, even when times are hard, the gratitude, the love, the remembrance that every name and form is just another face of the divine, worthy of mercy and compassion. I'm going to close with some words. Again, I'm just following my bliss here. I'm going to sing it and you can sing it with me. Some words that come from Hazrat Pir-o-Murshid Inayat Khan, beautiful Sufi mystic, beloved teacher. Thy light is in all forms, thy love in all beings. Hu Allah, Hu Allah, Hu Allah, Hu. So we can bless each other with light, we can bless each other with love, and we can bow. Hu Allah, Hu. Thy light is in all forms, thy love in all beings, thy light is in all forms, thy love in all beings. O Allah, O Allah, O Allah, O. Amen, amen, amen. May all beings be well.